Hello, everybody. It's a pre-game show. We've got 11 games on today. There is stuff happening. There's lineups to discuss. There's injuries to discuss. And we are going to discuss all of that today. We'll get into it in a second. Welcome, everyone who is here. It's good to have you guys here. We'll do a dribble game. We'll go through injury statuses that we are watching for. A couple of updates for tomorrow. Kelly Olynyk is out and Zion Williamson is out for tomorrow. That is obviously not good news, but Josh Richardson is off the injury report. Rui Hachimura is actually off the injury report. We didn't expect him to be back. We expected Delon to be back, and he's not. He's listed as out. So there you go. Kristaps is still listed as questionable for tomorrow. We just got word that Chris Middleton's officially ruled out tonight, as is Gary Trent. So there you go. That's just a quick update on what just went down. Welcome everyone who is here. Good to have you guys here in the live show as always. If you can hit a like on the show, that's always sick. Love when you guys do that. Helps the show out a lot. All right. What is going on? Is Kai out? Kai Bowman doesn't currently play in the NBA anymore. Do you mean Kyrie Irving? I don't know. Kyrie Irving, we'll go through all of it in a second. Kyrie Irving is currently listed as questionable. So let's talk about... Actually, let's just quickly sneak in, do a dribble game. We'll do that first, and then we'll go through and talk about who is in and who is out. Let's have a look at the old dribbler. What have we got going on here? Luka Doncic to Malik Monk. Who plays with Luka that has played with Monk? It's not JaVale, is it? Was JaVale on the Lakers last season? No, he wasn't. He was on the Suns. So it's not him. Reggie Bullock? No, he didn't play in Charlotte. Maxi Kleber. Charlotte, Lakers, King. Obviously not Kings. Charlotte or Lakers? Who's a Charlotte? Who's on Dallas? Play for Charlotte or the Lakers? Who's on Dinwiddie? No. Bullock? No. Hardaway? No. Ntilikina? No. Theo Pinson? No. Christian Wood? No. Or did Wood play for Charlotte? When Monk was there. Okay, that didn't work. So now I've got to connect Wood to Monk. So there's still someone in Dallas now. That sort of narrows that down. Who am I missing here? McGee, Powell, Kemba. Jesus Christ, that is so easy. What am I doing? Far out. Apologies for that. That was super easy and I shouldn't have got that wrong. I'm sure you guys in the chat got that really quickly. Yep, thank you. You did. All right, let's talk about injured players. Franz Wagner's good to go. That's great news. That hurts Bol obviously. So what do we know today? Lamar Stevens is out. Chris Middleton is out. Isaac Okoro is starting. Killian Hayes remains a game-time decision. What is wrong with Killian? Left knee contusion. Quentin Grimes is doubtful with that ankle sprain from yesterday. Lucky they played him the most minutes out of everybody. That's always good in a blowout. Ken Birch is out. Gary Trent is out. Marcus Smart is out today. So Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon get a boost there. Grant Williams is playing. Jason Tatum is back. Alex Caruso is playing for the Bulls, but Dragic, Green, and Jones are all out. Capella remains out. Kyrie Irving is questionable with a calf issue. Dante DiVincenzo and JaMychal Green and Klay Thompson and Aaron Wiggins are out. Andrew Wiggins, why do I keep messing those guys up? Kuminga's starting, great stream. Moody's starting. Wiseman's playing. There'll be some minutes there for him, I would expect. Tim Hardaway is back. Dwight Powell is playing. Finney-Smith is out. We don't know about Gobert or Anderson. They're both game-time decisions. McLaughlin and Prince are out. Josh Giddey went from out to in. Darius Baisley went from out to in, so that's always sick. We've got Lillard, Hart, and Grant all listed probable for Portland, while Nurkic is questionable. Jayshawn Tate and Garrison Matthews are out. Gary Harris, Jalen Suggs, and Wendell Carter are out for Orlando, but Franz Wagner is in. Austin Reeves remains doubtful, but Russell Westbrook is out. Sabonis and Barnes are both questionable. I'd say they're leaning more towards playing. Paul George, Reggie Jackson, Ivica Zubats are all... and Norman Powell are all questionable. George, Jackson, and Zubats practiced. Powell did not. Smith is out for Charlotte, Dennis Smith, and Terry Rozier is doubtful. So that is where we are at with that. Marjon Beauchamp is starting again for the Raptors for the Bucks. Let's look at what we know. The Bucks are starting Holiday, Beauchamp, Allen, Antetokounmpo, and Lopez. The Cavs are starting Garland, Mitchell, Okoro, Mobley, Allen. Same lineups for both of those teams as last game. The Sixers are starting Harden, Melton, Harris, Tucker, and Embiid. Same lineup for them. While the Warriors are starting Poole, Moody, Kuminga, Green, and Looney. So what do we need to pay attention to? It's the Killian Hayes situation here in Detroit. That's a pretty key one. The Raptors starting lineup, will they go Hernan Gomez again? That's a question mark. Who replaces Grimes? Is it Reddish? Is it McBride? I don't know why we've got McBride listed there. I don't think he'll be starting. Is it Fournier that gets the start? Is it Quickly who gets the start? So we need someone to replace Grimes there. I think it'll be Reddish, but I don't know. Neesmith starting again for the Pacers. Who will start? It'll be White that starts in place of Smart. So Tatum and Williams probably get a start. Grant Williams, unless they put Rob Williams in there. Alex Caruso's playing. That's fine. Will the Hawks go small again with John Collins at center? Or will Okongwu get another chance? We don't know that. If Irving is out, do they start Edmund Sumner? Probably. Or do they start Simmons at point guard and bring Joe Harris in? That's another option for them. If Nurkic is out, it'll be Eubanks. If Gobert is out, it'll be Reed. If Kyle Anderson's out, it'll be Austin Rivers. If LeBron is out, it'll be Troy Brown, I'm guessing. If Barnes and Sabonis are out, I think it'll be Terrence Davis and Rashawn Holmes. And then for the Clippers, well, there's just a million options there, isn't there? Terrence Mann will be a starter if George is out, I'm guessing. Kennard could also be there. John Wall will start if Reggie Jackson is out. And if Zubats is out, I don't know, Diabate? I don't know. I think all those Clippers guys actually will play. Maybe not Norm Powell, but I think the other guys will all play. Okay. That was a lot to get through. No minutes restriction for Giddey or Baisley today, so that's good to know. Dwight Powell will play, but come off the bench. So Christian Wood is starting. He has made the move. We'll see whether it sticks, but he has made the move. Killian Hayes is starting. So they're going Hayes, Ivy, Bogdanovic, Stuart Duran. Same starting lineup there. So we've got that confirmed. That's good to know. But also good to know that Christian Wood is going to start. It is not going to be Dwight Powell, even though he is available. So some interesting news there. Who is more likely to become 12-team roster, Neesmith or Boucher? Neesmith, because Boucher is never going to be a starter. So Neesmith could be a 30-minute... I think they're both unlikely, but I'd say it's Neesmith. Do I think Gobert plays today? Yes, I do, Albert. I do think he plays, but I don't know. Have I heard of NBA Pick'em before? What do you mean? NBA Pick'em, from what I understand, like the NBA, that's just a standard, like you just pick who's going to win each game. Is there something else I'm missing there, Jack? Let me know. Sofa King says, would you add Quickly or Schroeder for the rest of the week? With Westbrook and Grimes out, trying to decide who's better value. I think it's probably Schroeder, because Quickly, even if the minutes spike, his production is so wildly variable, I would likely go with Schroeder there. But I don't have their schedule off the top of my head as to who plays more games. So otherwise, I would default to who plays more games. What's the website he uses? Chris, you've been following this show for so long. You don't know what the website is? It's basketballmonster.com, as Ralph suggests. I will put a link in there, and you can go check out the lineup page. But yeah, it's Basketball Monster. I'll drop a link there. Okay. Herb Jones or Trey Murphy for tomorrow? I like Trey more personally. Kuminga or Burks today? I'll just take the 30-minute upside of Kuminga. Do I think that Lowry is a better player than Wendell Carter Jr.? Before this season, I would have said no way. All right, I would have definitely had Carter. And Carter is still a really underrated player, but he's never going to have that offensive upside that Markkanen's got. And I didn't think Markkanen could be a number one option, but he can. And that's really valuable, so him. Game of the day predictions. Obvious answer is Chicago, Cleveland, Milwaukee. I agree with that. Let me just check everything else. What else could it be? Well, it won't be Warriors Nets. It could have been that, but it won't be. Yeah, it has to be. Nothing else really. Portland, OKC will be fun, I think. Chicago, Atlanta might be fun, but it's definitely Milwaukee, Cleveland. They're two really, really good teams playing against each other, which we love to see. Can I explain what chocker is? No, because I've never heard that term in my life. What is chocker? It's often people who don't know how to spell will misspell choker that way, but I don't know what you're asking me, Aaron. What is chocker? Do you mean like, or actually, maybe are you talking Australian slang where someone says something is chockers? You don't say chocker, it's chockers, which means that it's full. Is that what you're asking me? I don't know. Brogdon a stream today? Yeah, really good stream today for him. Top 3 streamers today for Nycat. Odysseus, let's have a look, mate. Who do I have? I'll use a 40% available cutoff for my stream options for today. Fultz is still available in 43% of leagues. That makes no sense. Derek White probably comes after him. Okongwu, I'm not real certain on that one. Mo Wagner is available. Alex Caruso, Emmanuel Quickly, Royce O'Neal, Pat Williams, Malik Monk, Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, Moses Moody. That's probably a list there. And then Kuminga. Is Marco Fultz must roster? Yes, Don. What's the go with Gary Trent? He's injured. Best big man stream in category leagues other than Naz Reid. I just mentioned them and they've just completely skipped my mind. Who is it? The guy who... Oh, my God. Who is it? Oh, Kuminga, probably. Unless you're not talking about him as a big man. I think he's probably worth a look today. Mo Wagner, the other one. Yeah, Mo Wagner. Do the Knicks extend their winning streak to 9 versus the Raptors? Yeah, probably, Don. Yeah. Do I think Zion misses 2 games? It's COVID protocols. They miss Thursday. When do they play after that? Friday, yeah? They have the Thursday, Friday back-to-back, then yes, I don't think he's playing those games. Will Poku play more than 20 minutes with Gideon Baisley back? I think he'll be at like 21, 22 is my guess. Tejas, how are you? NBA Pick'em is on the NBA app and it asks 10 random questions about the slate of games and gives prizes to the person who got the most questions right. Would love if you could check it out. All right. Let's have a look. I have never seen that before. Is it available on like desktop? Or is it only on the app? Because if it's on desktop, I can put it up and do it here. Let's have a look. NBA Pick'em. Where is it on here? Have you guys done All-Star voting yet? NBA Pick'em. Here we go. I'm going to have a look if it's on the NBA site. NBA Pick'em. Oh, I can stream it. Oh, it is on here. Why is it asking me December 24th? We're not on December 24th. What's today's date? 21st. Why did it default to that? The pick's already done. Do I have to do it in advance? What? That's weird. What? When do the questions will lock at tip off? Oh no, I was looking at the wrong date because it's using my dates. All right. Should we put this one on and have a look at it? Let's have a look. All right. NBA Pick'em. Let's go. Which team will make more? These are weird questions. Which team will make more free throws? Bucks. Okay, get that off the screen. Which player will have more steals? Tobias Harris or Jaden Ivey? Tobias Harris. Which team will make more three-pointers? Bulls or Hawks? Man, they're both bad three-point shooters. Bulls. Which player will grab more rebound? Horford or Turner? Turner. Which team will hit 15 points first? Knicks. Will Irving hit more than 3 3-pointers tonight? I'll say no, because there's a chance of he's not playing. First to 15, which team will hit 15 points first? The Kings. Who will have more assists? Dinwiddie or Anthony Edwards? Edwards. Which team will hit 15 first? The Magic. Who will block more shots? The Hornets. There you go. Was that interesting? I don't know. We will find out. What do you guys think of that? I didn't know that existed. That was pretty cool. Anyway, let's go back to the lineup page. Giddy is playing today, Shano. Let's go back to news updates. Grimes is out. Kyrie is out. Kyrie is out. So who will replace Kyrie? I think it'll be Harris, and they'll put Simmons at point guard. Is my guess. The other one will be Sumner. It's between Harris and Sumner. Are either of them streaming options? Maybe Harris is, but with 11 games on, I'm not sure they're excellent options. All right, so Aaron, back to your Chockers thing. Aussie Lemonade today, and the can said it's Chockers. Yeah, okay, so that's what it means. Chockers is short for chock-a-block, which means full. It means jam-packed. That's what it means. There you go. What do I think of Oladipo? Dan, I literally did a whole show. He's the full thumbnail on it earlier today. Obviously, he's benefiting from a lot of players being out, but he's probably worth a grab. The minutes are up 30 plus in 3 straight. Do I think Doc Rivers is a good coach? I think Doc Rivers is a good coach in certain circumstances. When the team is undermanned and he's got to like make do with weird pieces, yes, he's really good at doing that. Solid motivator, all that sort of stuff. In terms of making adjustments on a full strength team in a playoff series, I don't think he's particularly good. Do I do any sports betting? Not really, Hans. I did a little bit of that stuff last season, some props and that, but it took so much time for me to really get that content out that it just sort of took away, I think, a little from the fantasy stuff that I was doing, so I'm not doing it this season. Josh Hart must roster 12-team points. Cripper, have a look, mate. Like, you can see what he averages in your league. You can see where the points are. If he is your worst player in your points league roster, then he is not a must-roster player. How much do I think Christian Wood's value will increase? I don't know how to justify or how to quantify how much it will increase. He'll go from probably 28 minutes to 32, 33 minutes is my guess. So a decent chance there. Do I think Jaden Ivey outplays Killian Hayes the rest of the way? From here, no. If you ask me 20th of January, I'd say probably. Because that's sort of when I think Ivey will start to put it all together. But no. From now, no. Is Melton must roster? Absolutely he is. He's like a top 30 player over the last 2 weeks. Yes, that could change when Maxey returns, but I don't think I would have dropped him for Bryant. You must have someone surely worse. Would I drop Looney for Nance in an absolute microsecond? I would not hesitate on that whatsoever. Is Jaden Ivey must roster 12-team 9-cat? No, because he's been bad most of the season. The last 2 games have been good, so I don't mind grabbing him. I think it's worth to have a look if he's there. Points leagues, yes, he's been a must roster all season in points leagues. In category leagues, there's just too many deficiencies, but last game was really impressive. The game before was really impressive. So that's looking towards he's heading towards becoming that player, I think. Tom Bryant, top 100 rest of season. That's only, it's Davis related. If Anthony Davis is back, there is no chance of that. 0 chance. But if Davis is out, then yes, that's all it is. Is Davis out for the rest of the season, then Tom Bryant is top 100. If Davis is back in a month, then there is no way that Tom Bryant is top 100. Is Lonnie Walker a 14-team guy? Yes, he is. Do I have an A-League team? I have never been to an A-League game. My team is or has been very softly the victory, but after what happened on the weekend, it's probably not them anymore. But I don't really. It's just got to be one of the Melbourne teams. So maybe it's maybe we go for City now. Do I have faith that Poku will have more minutes? No, not at all. Not a single bit of faith in that at all. How do I think Duran will go tonight against Embiid? It's a tough matchup, isn't it? I think he'll grab good rebounds. I think that foul trouble could be a problem, but I think he's a fairly good defender already. I think he'll be interesting to watch. If DiVincenzo bricks next game, do we give up on him? Well, the bloke's out. Like, he still could potentially have a month's worth of value here. So I would like to hold. This is the question, though. Is he still must roster when Wiggins comes back? That's what we don't know. Because if he plays 23 minutes off the bench, then no, he's not. If he plays 28 off the bench in the old Jordan Poole rule, then yes, he probably is a must roster guy. We don't know how they're going to run that yet. Is there any news on Cam Johnson's return? No, he was doing a little bit of shooting at the start, but not much more than that. Americans don't like to be champed either. Okay, didn't know that. Thanks, champ. How am I doing my 7 fantasy teams? I'm probably middle of the pack in about 4 of them. I'm at the top in 2 and then down the bottom in 1, I think. Or 2. Maybe it's up the top. Anyway, I'm in the middle for most of them. Like 7, 6, 7. Up the top in 2 and then down the bottom in a couple. Will MPJ be back Friday? I don't know. It looks like he could be, but we don't know that yet. Jalen Suggs on the waiver wire. Should I pick him up in a 12-team league? Probably. I wouldn't say that's a priority, no. Best player to pick up TNT? What's TNT Yahoo points? Do you mean tonight? Is that what is TNT an abbreviation for tonight these days? Maybe it is. I don't know. Who's a good ad for tonight in a Yahoo points league? Tom Bryant's available in 41% of leagues, so I don't know what you're doing. Thumbs out of asses if you need to go grab him. Markel Fultz is a good ad. Again, excellent ad. Royce O'Neal's available. Derek White is probably the more widely available one you can go grab. And then after him, it's probably Schroeder, Dort, and Quickly, and Kuminga. Does the S in the lineup legend include mean starting? Yes, it does. It means they are confirmed as a starter. Let's go back to see if there's any more news. So when we look at those lineup pages, when you see Moody with an S, it means he's starting. These are guys that aren't usual starters that we've confirmed they're starting. And Killian Hayes was questionable, but we've confirmed that he's starting. Beauchamp starting, Okoro starting, Neesmith starting, Wagner starting because he was questionable. Christian Wood starting. That's a change. That's what that S means. Yes, correct. Well done. Thank you. What's my opinion on Jonas's performance with Nance out? It was one game. Nance has missed other games, and Jonas did not do that. So, again, this is what it's almost a triple whammy again, isn't it? People are going to look at that, much like, I don't know if you're doing this, Alon, but a lot of people look at it and go, well, look, it's because Nance is out. That's what he did. And while that's a small factor in it, there are other games that Nance hasn't played, and Jonas was nowhere near that, like not even remotely close to it. So it was good. Is he droppable? I wouldn't drop him, but that was also just a complete outlier performance. Will Hayward have a good game tonight? Let me just check with the gods. There is no way of me knowing this. So I can give you an answer. I might as well just flip a coin though. Do I play Supercoach when the AFL season starts? I haven't, 5. I haven't played it in years. Maybe I'll do it this season. I don't know that I will though. Do you have a player you draft in all my teams? No, I do not. Is Kessler must roster or Conley? Well, they're just really different players. And they're for really different teams. One of those guys has a putrid field goal percentage with high assists. The other one has a sky-high field goal percentage with blocks and rebounds and no assists. So for some teams, then Walker Kessler is significantly better. For others, Mike Conley is significantly better. It's really hard to answer that question. Does Dennis Avdia, I like that misspelling, does Dennis Avdia's last performance keep him a must-roster player? No. That was because Porzingis was out. We have seen that when Beal, Porzingis, Kuzma all play, Avdia plays like 26 minutes and is not really useful. So while there is uncertainty around Porzingis and the fact that the Wizards play on Thursday with only 3 other teams, then yes, we hold Denny through that game. But that doesn't mean that it's a long-term hold, no. Any news on Gobert? No, we're still waiting on the news on Gobert. He currently is a game time decision. If you had to choose 2 additional categories beside the standard 9, what would you recommend as best? Why? Why do you want to do that? Why do you need to add more? Like, is there the one that I've always wanted that's never available is hustle stats. I think there's something in those which is deflections or shot contests and screen assists or a mixture of those sort of things. I think something like that could come in because I like to reward the things that aren't necessarily traditional box score or things that actually do contribute to some winning. I think one thing that does need to start to come into it is effective field goal percentage rather than regular field goal percentage. Field goal percentage doesn't really tell you anything much, I don't think, in terms of a player's value. And in general, I think we want to make the game fun, but also try to approximate some real-life production. And that's one of those things. Free throw attempt rate is. I think free throw attempt rate might be more important than free throw percentage as a category, to be honest, because Giannis ends up getting punished so much in category leagues because he's bad at free throws, and that does leave points on the board, off the board, obviously. But him getting to the line that much is really valuable for a team, and maybe that's a better option. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to do it. It'll never catch on. It just never will. But I like 3-point percentage, 3-point attempt rate, free throw attempt rate, hustle stats, deflection, screen assists, shots contested. I think all those things have potential as fantasy categories. The ones I hate the most are 3-pointers made. Hate them. Don't think it's necessary as a category. Turnovers, obviously. And field goal percentage. Things like, what else? Potential assists. Like something involving playmaking that's not just assists. So like some of those true usage type stats, which include potential assists and assists. Things like that, I think, are relatively interesting as fantasy categories. Anyway, there you go. Good question. Kyrie is out. Yes. I've watched the first episode of Andor, Adam, but I haven't watched the rest. I do need to do that. Yes, obviously. The NBA is a joke this year with injuries. Lewis, as I said in the earlier show, there's fewer injuries this season than in 4 of the last 6 years to star players. Is Paul George playing? We don't know yet. He's still questionable. I believe he will play. Nothing on Anthony Davis. There's just weird stories of him turning up with the team or being on the road, but I don't know what any of it means, really. Did Tyson Algier win your fantasy football league? I actually had him on the bench. I didn't start him, but I still scored 150 points and scored the most points out of everyone in that week. So I'm through to semi-final, but I've got Jalen Hurts, so it's not looking good. No Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier is doubtful. So, or quickly is starting for the Knicks. There you go. Brunson, quickly, Barrett, Randall Robinson. Let's go, Emmanuel quickly. That really does boost his value because if he plays 33 minutes, even if it's a rough night, that does help. A season points league is not popular? What do you mean, STVT? Do you mean those leagues where you just, at the end of the season, which team has the most fantasy points, not weekly matchups? No, they are not popular. I'd say it's 1% of people playing those, if that. I've never once played in a league like that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone play in a league like that. I know it's an option, but I've never had it. Deflections that lead to turnovers could be steals. Eddie, that is how they actually, that's how they counter steal. If there's a steal and you deflect it and your teammate picks it up, the person who deflected it is who gets credited with the steal. It's not the person who gathers the loose ball. So they already do that. I think that the deflection stat is more, it's that, but it's also like when you deflect it out of bounds or you deflect it and it goes to a different spot where it was supposed to be. I think that's more what they're looking at with that stat. We added text for fun. Yeah, obviously it's not fun, Ivan, is it? It's a terrible category, and I'm glad that you've realized that. Do I believe that taking a charge should count as a steal since you're forcing a turnover? No, because I don't want to reward taking charges. It's not real defense. It's not. All you're trying to do is put yourself in a position to get hurt by standing completely still with your arms behind your back so you just get bowled over and smash into the ground. I don't like rewarding charges. Giannis's rank in category leagues pre-punt is actually insane. Yeah, it is. It's what is he, 60 or something? And that's why we have to understand the limitations of ranking numbers when we talk about them. 3 minutes to go here. We're still Kuminga or Marcus Morris on draft stars. Give me Kuminga, Trenner. The cum dog. Is Kyrie confirmed not playing? Yes. Terry Rozier is not questionable. He is doubtful. Wood is starting over Powell. Correct. When will Time Lord start? I don't know. Do we have any restrictions on Time Lord? I don't know. I'm going to guess it's 20 minutes, but I don't know. Hey, Brad. My name's Josh. Oh, anyway. The sentiment is nice. I believe they award the player that ends up with the ball, not the one deflected. I don't think that's true, Jurgis. I'd like to see more information on that. I'm pretty sure it's on the guy who generates the turnover versus the guy that ends up with it, but maybe I'm wrong. Please let Paul George be out. I don't think he will be. Fox over 25.5 points. I think there's a good chance of that, Brent, because if Sabonis is out, he'll hit that. And Sabonis is questionable. But my expectation is that Sabonis is going to play. So you've got to guess everyone plays, Fox can still hit it, or he can go under. Sabonis is out, Fox will definitely go over. So the odds would push you towards an over there. But yeah. McLovin, you've been spamming this question. Can you answer it? In 12-team 9-cat, do you start Tim Hardaway or Malik Monk today? Well, that is really a gigantic toss-up because I can't have any confidence in those guys on a game-by-game basis. I would probably lean towards Monk just because there's a chance that both Sabonis and Barnes are out, or at least one of them are out, and that will give more ball handling and points and usage opportunities to Monk. So I'd probably go with him, but I don't feel particularly confident in that. Please tell my pal Ballaholics is a trash name. Yeah, it is a trash name. And we are going to be out of here now. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of the show. Love it. We are out. Hit a like on your way out. Good to see. How many people are in here? We've got a lot of people in here. I hope we do. Yeah, decent amount. Hit that like on the way out, and I will see you guys later on. Bye. If you're still here, thanks for those guys confirming about the deflection being a steal. I knew it. Yes, it's the who gets the deflection, who creates the steal, not who gathers the steal. Thank you, and bye.